some games after that. We'll see how we feel. So let's go ahead and turn the board on. Get these pieces set up. Good morning, Charlie. Question is, how much for the chessboard? You make it sound like I'm going to sell you mine. Not going to happen. You can check out this website here. Feel free to take a screenshot of that if you want. Let me just remove that. Feel free to take a screenshot of that if you want, or check it out whenever you feel like it. I've got links to the store on there, and I've also got a discount code that you can use. To answer your question directly, I think this board with the plastic pieces is around $590, maybe $600, and I think the board with wooden pieces, which is the one I'm using here, is actually around $600, $650, somewhere around there. But I do have a discount code on there so that you can get the best price. I think it's about 12% off at the moment. All right, so this one's black to move. Okay, so I think this one here, if we just go here straight away, and the moment they take with one of these pieces, we can go for checkmate. If we go here and the rook captures, and then we go here with the other rook, as soon as one of these pieces captures, the queen will go here. Let's try it out. Also worth mentioning that I do have review and tutorial videos on my main channel as well. So you can always check those out if you want to learn more about any of those boards that I have on the website there. Stefan, I'd love to play a game, but I only just met you. Isn't it a bit soon? Alright, next one's going to be white to move. Is white to move? White to move. Okay, kind of struggling with this one. So what I'm looking at, what am I drinking? Coffee. Nice latte to warm up. Alright, so I'm looking at rook takes, queen takes, and then rook here, and the queen is almost trapped, but she's not because she's got here, and then king goes there. And she also has up here. So I don't know why this one is not, what level is this? 22. I don't know why this one is not coming to me straight away. Possibly just a defensive puzzle that I'm not very good at. I'm gonna take that rook. And that's the puzzle. Okay. All right, this one's going to be black to move. Okay, this one's checkmate in 2. Loban, welcome back, welcome back. Great to see you again. Let me just double check that I did go live on YouTube. We don't want to leave those guys out. Yeah, we are. We are live over there. Hello everyone on YouTube.
Hello. Welcome to the party.
All right. Black to move again. Stone Frog, welcome. Bruno, yo. Darby, thank you for the follow. Welcome guys, welcome. Hope we're all having a great morning. It is Friday here. Possibly Thursday evening for you. So you can have a great morning tomorrow when we get to Friday. I'm not seeing this one. So what I'm looking at here, obviously we're down a rook for a knight. That's not good. What I'm looking at here is check, and then he goes over here, and then check, and then he goes here. But I'm not seeing the follow-up because the knight is pinned. Yeah, I'm not quite seeing it. The other option that I see is a check, and then a check. Now, if the queen takes, the knight can't take, but the other queen can. So that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. What have we got over here? So somebody says knight f3. So we can't move knight f3. We can't move the knight. That's a problem because it's pinned. Pawn takes. Yeah, pawn takes. E takes f4. E takes f4. And then check. So the queen has to capture. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Still waking up. Still getting the coffee going. And then we'll go here. Friends with me on ...
Two things. First, I realized today that I was already friends with you on. I hadn't realized before then. Second, I watched your headboard reviews and pulled the trigger on a chestnut go.
Congratulations on getting the go, and thank you very much for using my promo code. You're going to enjoy that board. Here it is, right here, in all its glory. The little king in the middle. Such a cool little board. I'm assuming the website that got bleeped out by Twitch was probably chess.com. What are we going over here? We got white to move, black to move. Queen takes b6, next knight 4 up. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos too. Well, I mean, you didn't say you enjoyed the videos, but you said you've watched them. So I'm going to tell myself that you enjoyed them. Yeah, no, you're gonna love the Go. Is it your first e-board? This one's black to move. So my question here is, the pawn doesn't move like a knight. The question here is, how do they stop checkmate? That's the question. So rook f8 doesn't trap the queen. The queen can take the pawn. Yeah, the Go is going to be great for coffee shops. Now, you would have watched my Go review.
Honestly, I've been thinking about getting one for a while. I plan on using it for at home, and when I go out places like a coffee shop or something.
Just with the Go, when you take it out to a coffee shop, that's fine, that works. Unless they've updated the board since I got mine, you can't use it in direct sunlight. Well, you can, but it's very hard to see the lights, so just keep that in mind. So, I mean, a lot of coffee shops here have outdoor seating, which a lot of people like, but I would be using it indoors in the coffee shop. I would be using an e-board indoors regardless. So yeah, queen to e2. Queen to e2 looks like the move to me. Yeah, if it's your first e-board, it's a very good... I put that down as the board to get if you've never had an e-board before and you're kind of on the fence. Then the Go is a great one because it's a very small investment. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. Like, you know, if it turns out it's not for you, well, then you only invested a small amount, so that's fine. And where are you from? That doesn't have many outdoor seatings at coffee shops? Okay. This one here. You're on the East Coast. You don't have... Yeah, I'm thinking back to the times when I was over in New York. Yeah, I didn't see any sort of outdoor cafes or anything like that. If we go here, they block and the attack is ruined. But if we go here with the other rook, so it's very important
RG3.
that we specify which rook, because we have two rooks. If we go here with the rook on the E file, the knight can still block, but the difference is we've got the rook on the H file. And then when the king moves across, then we can't just simply go there because the knight can actually take. But if the knight takes, we can take with the rook, and then it is actually checkmate. So now we sacrifice the queen, and then we can take with the rook, and the king can't get out. Okay, next one's black to move. Yeah, I went over to New York at the beginning of the year. I love New York. always get these ones wrong. So knight takes, queen here, knight back, pawn here. Looks like the sequence. And I can't see anything wrong with this one, but I always seem to get these patterns wrong. I always miss out on some little fine detail. Have I tried Zap Chess? No. I looked it up and I couldn't find much on it. And you have to download an app. You can't do it on your computer. So I'm not downloading an app for something that doesn't really tell me much about it. In fact, I tried watching videos on it as well. And yeah, there was just nothing, informative about it. So I really have no idea. Yes, I am from Australia.
How are they moving by themselves?
How are they moving by themselves? They've got little wheels underneath. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. But they've got little wheels and the board will tell each piece where to go and they'll all start moving around. So this one is black to move. And at first I was looking at this check, but I realized it doesn't do anything. And then I look at this attack here. If they take the knight, we win the rook. And that is 1, 2, 3 versus, that would be 2 knights and a bishop and a rook versus 2 rooks, a knight and a bishop. That seems pretty good. But we don't just stop there. We explore our checks as well. So that's a threat on the rook. Doesn't really do much. And this here is just simply a checkmate. So I think we'll go with that.
How do you send a message on the screen?
How do you send the message on the screen? This one's going to be black to move. First move I'm looking at is obviously here, but then they go up, we go up and they get away, but we realize that we've got the bishop there, we move across, they can't go here, they have to go here, and that's a checkmate. This board is around 600 to 650, depending on if you get the...
I'll do anything for my 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, it's a... I've got my website in the banner just above me on TikTok, if you can see it. And that can take you to the store. I've got a discount code on there to get you the best price. And yeah, I think the boards go for around 600, 650, depending on what the discount is at the moment. And if they're plastic or wood. Did I make it? No, I'm not talented. Did I make it? No. I'm looking from Black's point of view. I'm looking the wrong way at these discovered checks, but then I realized it's white to move. Who is the guy who makes Chessnut? The company. I don't know. But yeah. Alright, this one's difficult. This one's difficult. What? This one's real difficult. Am I reading any chess books at the moment? Not at the moment. I mean, I've got a whole heap behind me. I just haven't made the time to put in that effort, which is really bad because I want to improve. But am I doing study? Yes, I am. So bishop e3 is one that I looked at. It's a pinned piece. We've got 2 defenders, 2 attackers. I guess when the queen moves, then we can put up an extra piece attacking it as well. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think e3 is going to be it. Yeah, they didn't give any good discovered checks. I mean, that would be a decent one, but then you got to block. So they've got the double checks, but none of them were good. So yeah, I think just bishop back.
B3 LMAO.
I think bishop e3, and the knight and the queen can't move, and then add pressure to the piece after. I mean, they could go here, and then you could still go here. They take, you take, and you still got pressure on the piece. So yeah, I think bishop e3. Yes, I have Stone Frog. Yes, I have. Did a whole video on it too. So what you can do is you can actually take a photo. Now this works on Android, I don't know about iOS, but I can take a photo from a book and it will load onto the board. And then I can play out against a bot on the board.
Have you tried setting up positions from books and then playing out the games VSI?
That's the question that was asked for anyone who was just wondering what I was talking about. Yeah, so take a photo. Now you'll be able to do that with your Chessnut Go as well, Stonefrog. Oh, wait, will you? Yeah, I think, yeah, you will. You'll be able to do that with your Chessnut Go. You'll just have to manually set up the position. So you'll be able to take a photo of the book if you've got Android. I don't know about iOS. You'll be able to take a photo of the book, and then you'll be able to play through the position against a bot. Black to move. Black to move. So we've got bishop takes rook. It's a weird one. Hello, welcome. This is a weird one because it's a we take, they go here, we move somewhere, and then they take, and they're hitting the rook. So I'm not liking taking the rook.
also look professional, and the board is a nice touch. How come you have so few viewers compared to some other streamers? Your content is so well organized.
Thank you so much for all the kind words. Why is it not so popular? Let's have a look. I've got 5 people watching on YouTube. Hello, everyone. I've got 6 on TikTok. Hello, everyone. And I've actually got 3 on Twitch. Hello. Why am I not popular? I only just started streaming about 2 months ago. And I was kind of trying to find a good time to do it. I've settled on this time here, 5 days a week, and currently I'm only streaming 2 to 3 hours per day. So I'm sort of building it. Quick reminder to everyone who's watching right now: if you haven't already done so, please follow and subscribe. But yeah, I'm just sort of, it's in that growing stage. I have been noticing improvements over the days. Sometimes on TikTok, it gets quite popular. Compared to other streamers though, yes, I am very small. But yeah, it's just a case of we're in the growing phase, and hopefully it does pick up a little bit. Do have a bunch of nice regulars who pop in every now and then. CM, it's your first time coming in here, so welcome. It's your first time, or at least it's your first time saying hello, but welcome. And thank you very much for all the kind words. Just want to let everyone know that I will be streaming Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which will be Sunday to Thursday if you're in America. And I do have a lot of interesting content planned for the next month, so month or 2 actually. So make sure you're following me on YouTube and TikTok. Don't worry about Twitch. But hello to everyone on Twitch. But yeah, no, thank you for the kind words. I hope we can start building a larger audience soon. All right. What ideas do we have? While I was ranting, yeah, I don't see any educational value. Oh, wait.
I too like how organized your stream is, and that you puzzle. Most of the other streamers are just playing blitz or rapid games constantly.
I don't see any educational value in playing blitz or bullet. It is a little bit of fun, but you're not going to get much out of it. No, I'd rather have an audience of 10 people who are dedicated to relaxing, getting better and learning, over an audience of 100 people who want me to scream and carry on and overreact. That's not me. So no, I appreciate you all joining in for some fun, relaxing chess. Yeah, so bishop a3 is definitely a move, but what happens after knight takes, hitting the queen? We win a rook, we lose a pawn, we move the queen, we lose our bishop, so we're only up 1 point of material, and we also have to move our rook out of the way. That just doesn't feel right. Even though it doesn't feel right, it's actually leading towards the most likely move. Okay, I got it. So I was just a little bit short-sighted. Here we go. Queen can go here. Queen can go here, and then they can't capture back. There it is, bishop a3. Just one of those complicated, ugly positions. So if you were to watch somebody like Naroditsky, top level GM, the amount of study that he put into the regular classical game is the reason why he got to that top level. None of those guys at the top are becoming top level players because they played Blitz. They're becoming top level players because they played classical. And once they're so good at classical, Blitz becomes really easy. So yeah, look, watching a top level player play Blitz, yeah, you'll get a lot out of it. Watching me play Blitz, I wouldn't rely on it to improve. Might get some good ideas in there. Might get some lucky brilliancies every now and then. Like, I can play a 5-minute game at a 95% accuracy at times. I can have really good games, but 10 minutes and 15 minutes is where it's at. Actually, 10 minutes, I do really well in 10 minutes. I think I might start playing a lot more 10-minute games because I seem to do very well. King here. And then if he pushes here, we can always attack. Has to block. And then we got checkmate. King here. Rook moves anywhere. Again, we have checkmate. And then we got the bishop here. And that's the only move you can do. Oh, I rushed it. I rushed it. I was meant to take the rook first. Wait, was I? So, here. Check. Yeah, I was meant to take the rook first. I was thinking he was going rook here. That was in my mind. And I didn't even look at the move when he went here, and I just pre-moved that one. Yeah, Stonefrog, we can have a game sometime. Yeah, so that was my bad for not even paying attention, too busy talking. I just assumed the rook was going to go here because that seems like the logical move. That just seems like the logical move because that would have prompted a mistake, even though I made a mistake anyway, because people might go there. Damn you, chess.com. Your trickery. All right. It always gives an easy one after. Just to apologize for what just happened. That doesn't work because the knight protects. So first we take, then the knight takes, and then we get the fork. It's going to be white to move again. This one's a checkmate in 2. But yeah, guys, I am open to suggestions on other interesting things to do on stream. I do have one interesting idea, which I'm going to test out maybe once the audience gets a little bit bigger. So this one here, you just need to bring the rook here. The bishop covers, the rook covers, the king can't get out, and this rook can't get there to defend. Checkmate is coming on the next move. Okay, black to move. Just checkmate in one. Like to see me analyze a GM game using my board. We can do that right after this. I've actually got a GM game ready to go. Are puzzles really this important? Absolutely. Absolutely. You get a position like this in a game and you don't know what to do. You've got a rook and a bishop versus two rooks. So are puzzles this important? Somebody might push here to simply take the queen when it promotes. But we actually have a discovered check and mate. And puzzles come down to pattern recognition. If I was to put this position in front of a bunch of kids who have never played before, or they just know how to move the pieces, I can guarantee you a lot of them would not get it. A lot of people would not get that one right. Brilliant Blunders, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you again. How are you today? Okay, white to move. Checkmate in two. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's Friday. It's Friday. Had some very good news over the last couple of days. Can't share exactly what it is yet, but I'm excited for the next 2 months. If you couldn't tell from the excitement here, very excited for the next 2 months. A lot is going to be happening, and I'm going to share it with you guys here on YouTube and TikTok. Check. King can't go here, he can't go here, or here, here, or here. So he has to go down. And then, so he's on this square here. The knight is covering this square here, the pawn is covering this square here, the rook comes across, and that's a checkmate. Important to double check it. Double check, it's done.
Do you play games on stream?
I do. I play games on stream from time to time. I think today we're going to do Puzzle Rush, and then it's going to be a game review, a Grandmaster game review. And then finally, depending if there's time or not, I might play a few games. I do play games, but I'm more of a puzzle guy. Black to move. Okay, material is equal. Alright, let me just break down what I've got so far. So right now, I've got queen takes, rook takes, king takes. I'm just not seeing how that could be good. Even if rook comes across, it's just not good. So I'm scrapping that for now. The next one I had was rook, pawn here attacking the rook. What does that do though? So if he goes back here, I can take. If he goes all the way back, I don't know. And if he goes here, so the pawn is here, then I can push up, take, take. And then when the knight moves, the knight doesn't have to move. I'll get it, I'll get it. I really think it's got something to do with d5. D5, push back, push up, take, take. Knight's under attack, knight moves, and then queen goes in. So d5, and if he goes all the way back here, I think it's got to be d5. That was a good puzzle. White to move. So I think this has to be the move. Obviously here would be checkmate. That's not good. Here would just run into a lot of trouble. And king has to move like a knight. That's not good. Here just seems weird as well. That's not good. Here also, yeah, I think it's just rook here. And then the question is, where does he go next? I think he goes here. And then king here, trapping the bishop. And at first I thought queen could go there, but we've got this move here. So rook to a7 definitely feels like the move. Rook a7, bishop d7. Oh, and then e6. Okay. Rook a7, bishop e7, and then put more pressure on that pinned piece. Unexpected, but queen takes, bishop takes, and rook takes is fine. Okay, this one's black to move. This one's a fork. Yeah, it's a good one with a very odd looking g5. Queen can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. And can't go here, so she has to go here, and then the knight comes up attacking the queen and the rook. Thank you for the follow. Well, this just got complicated. Okay, so if queen here, knight here, king here, running into trouble. Knight takes, and then bounce the knight back. No, that doesn't work, because if rook takes, Oh, didn't even see this. Simply bishop takes. That's what happens when you don't prepare for the unexpected move. And Xander, welcome, welcome. I'm thinking knight takes bishop. So for process here, we can't do rook takes rook, rook takes rook, and then knight takes bishop because they have checkmate. So we have to leave the rook here. And if we go here first, they come down here with check. We go up, they go across, we go down, they go up. And we go here. The knight is covering these two squares. Yes, these are puzzles. Yes. So yeah, that's the idea here. Seems very strange, very strange. Check, here, check, here, check, and then here, and I just don't see. We do have the bishop though, we do have the bishop. I think that's it. Yeah, puzzles can be pretty unrealistic at times, but they're good for working on your calculation. Or lack of calculation. I failed to calculate this. Queen goes here, take, and then take, and we're actually up a piece, so that's okay. So that's still good to go ahead. But I should have been calculating that before making the moves. And then we just simply take here. Okay, next one's going to be white to move. I think puzzles from books are probably the best way to go, where you've had top level players design educational, realistic puzzles. Okay, seeing a fork here with push, attack the knight, and knight moves somewhere. And then we get a check, and then this knight gets captured. That's what I'm looking at here. Okay, next one's going to be white to move as well.
I play the same opening, so I fix the first mistake to avoid future mistakes.
I mean, that's good in a way, but it's also bad because as you get stronger and stronger, if you're relying on one opening, and then you want to play other openings, you're not used to the other positions. What's your rating, by the way? 20,000 games. Love to know what your rating is.
Got a lot of likes memorized now, 20,000 games.
Okay. Queen here. Move. Take. Oh, sorry, no. Take. Yeah, take. But queen here seems like the move. And if I block, rook here, adding pressure to the pinned piece. Seems good to me. Okay, so I'll start with my rating now. The only rating I care about is my FIDE rating. I don't care about my chess.com rating. I've been as high as 1940 on chess.com, and I've been as low as 1600. I'm currently around 1735, and I don't play enough to consider my rating accurate. My FIDE rating is around 1700, just short of 1700. My goal for FIDE is to get to 2000. And in terms of getting a title, I would absolutely love to get the Candidate Master title. Do I think I could ever get FIDE Master? Probably not. I know some FIDE Masters and they are absolute machines. But Candidate Master, if I can get my rating to 2000, Candidate Master is very achievable because I'm in Australia, and because we have so few players over here, we have what is called a soft title. That means if you score enough points at a zonal tournament, you qualify for a Candidate Master or a FIDE Master, depending on your score. Now, before I was training, I was half a point off getting my Candidate Master soft title. So I just need to get back into training seriously and work towards getting that Candidate Master soft title and a rating of 2000. Okay. So somebody said rook e1. Obviously rook e1 doesn't work because they simply take, but it does work. So you're looking at rook e1, king takes, take the queen. But what if queen h3? Check. Rook covers these squares, and the king is forced to go here. And then play rook e1. That's a checkmate. That seems better than just winning the queen. So, in regards to my ambitions, first I need to get back into tournament play. Now I've played 9 tournament games so far this year. My results were very good. 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses in the tournament that I played. And the 2 losses came to 2nd and 3rd, and the draw came to 1st place, and I came 4th. So very happy with my play. The guy who came 3rd place, I think his rating shot up a couple of 100 points during that tournament. So it was a bit unfortunate to play him, but it didn't matter. And the other 2 people that I played, they're both also gaining a lot of rating points. So we've got a lot of moves being spammed here. Queen h3, Queen e5, and then Queen e4. So Queen e4 was the correction. So there's 2 moves. Queen e4 really speaks to me because it threatens checkmate and it also wins a piece, and that puts us up a piece, so that's really good. Queen h3, they can simply block, so we can rule that one out. And bishop takes is another one we need to check. Queen here, and then do we have anything from there? Also, Queen h3 would fall to the bishop, so we could go here. They go here. Take. I think it's just win the piece is simply the winning strategy here. Here. and then we take, and then if they take, the queen can capture back. I think that's the way to go. Didn't look at that move, but it's still fine. Black to move. Another one of my goals, and this is something I have been working on, is learning more openings. Not to play them seriously, but just to get an understanding of them. Oh, that's alright, Stonefrog, that's alright. We all start somewhere. So yeah, getting an understanding of the openings. I am making videos on openings, tailored more towards your novice players. They're not like the opening videos where people tell you all these lines to memorize. More just a bit of fun. Just to get used to being in openings and not feeling completely uncomfortable. Okay, well it is check. We got to get out of check. Let's have a look at some ways to get out of check. So if we go here, they can actually take here. Is that bad? Maybe? Then we can take there, they take there, and then we don't have anything good there. If we go here, they can take here. And if we go here, this could be good. Question, what do we got here?
Other question, you seem to be analyzing the board on the screen and not on the board, which is probably easier, but wouldn't it be for your own improvement better to analyze the puzzles via the board?
So I do analyze them by the board, and then I turn to the screen and I sort of draw the lines on there. So what I do most of the time is have a look at on the board and then sort of express my ideas over here. Now, if I was training without streaming, I would not even be using the board. What I actually do, let's see if I've got it in here. I don't have my notebook that I train with. What I actually do is when I'm training over the board without the screen, I'm actually writing down all the variations on paper. So here I would go, okay, I would write down bishop d7, queen takes d5. And then I would continue from there to see if I could find anything good. Rook to c8, and then queen up here. And I would keep going through this until I find either the end of the line, which is good or bad, and then I would go to the next one and go. So I would go rook to d7, queen takes, and I would keep doing this over and over until I get to the one that I feel is the best possible continuation. But because I'm doing it this way and I'm sharing my ideas here, it's a little bit different. Not as good. Definitely better to be training with a pen and paper, but I don't think you guys want to watch me write down on pen and paper. By the way, your knight is guarded by the queen too. Oh, that it is. That changes everything. So, queen can't go there, there, or there. that has to get off the file, and then I can go with the plan that we wanted. So you reckon get all the candidate moves first in your mind? Because what I do, and maybe I'll do that for the next puzzle or the next challenging puzzle. What I normally do is I pick one candidate move and then I start working through it from there, decide whether it's good or not, and then I go to the next. Then I go looking for the next candidate move. So now that I've got now that I've got the queen covering here, what's a desperado again?
Desperado.
All right, white to move. And another thing about that, see, when the puzzles are a little bit too easy, I tend not to use the board too much, and I'll just go straight for it. So this one here, and Lamanadu, welcome back. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Oh, okay. Losing a piece anyway, you'll take anything. I've never used that term before. I've used that idea heaps, but never used that term. Yeah, I can't seem to do that logic of finding all the candidate moves and then working one by one. I just looked at the candidate moves here, so I looked at this one here, takes, and then they take with the pawn. Just didn't seem good, and then I moved on to this candidate move because we got the pinned piece. So we take, and then we got to here, so that's where I'm up to right now. Gets a bit messy. Rook takes e7, rook takes e7, queen takes e7, king g8, knight f6. So I was looking at king to g6 first, and I can't see anything great after that. Yeah, I'm always looking. Well, I don't really use CCA. If the position pops up to me straight away, some sort of tactical idea, then I'll start working from that one. If I can't find anything on the board, then I start looking at checks and checks, captures, and threats or attacks. So yeah, king g6, queen takes f6, queen takes f6, rook takes g1. Yeah. So take here, take, move, take, and then whoops, and that's the thing about that. So I think I still think this is the move. So the problem with queen takes bishop, queen takes queen. So queen takes bishop, queen takes queen, rook takes, okay, and then yeah. But what if they block? That's still fine, that's still fine. Oh, and Benny, I saw you come in. Did I say hello to Benny? Benny. I think I was, Oh, Christine, welcome. Thank you for the likes. I think so. I think I saw Benny come in. 10:17, 8 minutes ago. Apologies if I missed that. Okay, I'm looking at ideas for white, but obviously, we're black to move. Is it black to move? It is black to move. And thank you for the follow. Welcome. I'm struggling with this one. Hold on. What's wrong with coffee? You can have coffee at can the board? Yes, it can. I've done a video on how to connect this board to Chessbase, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel. What else have we got here? Yeah, this one's a difficult one. Yeah, so I used to export studies to Lichess, and do some studies on Lichess. But Chessable. Wait, did you say Chessable or Chessbase? Chessbase, yes, it does. Oh, does this board connect to Chessbase? I think so. I've connected my Chessnut Pro to Chessbase. I use my Chessnut Pro with Chessbase. You can check out the website here if you want to take a screenshot now. and then check out this website. I've done reviews and tutorials on all of these boards. I'll have a look later today and see if I can connect this one to Chessbase. I use a third-party developer to connect my Chessnut boards to Chessbase. I can do it with my other boards, my like the Go, the Pro, the Air. They all use the same sort of coding, I guess. They all work exactly the same. They're just different sizes. But I use my Chessnut Pro to input moves on Chessbase. But I would have to look at if the move can work on Chessbase yet or not. Actually, might even check it after we do this puzzle rush if you're still around. And because I do have Chessbase on this computer. So this one's a difficult one. I haven't got it yet. I looked at all different ideas, but they all seem to be blocked. I looked at queen takes, rook takes, queen takes. And again, I'm just not finding anything here. I mean, you could have something like that, but again, I'm not really seeing it. Digits? Where we go? Knight e4. There's queen takes d7 check. What? Oh, rook takes, queen takes, knight d4. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna scroll up. I feel like it's going to be rook takes f5. This one's really tough, really tough. I'm gonna phone a friend.
Sequences.
I'm gonna lock in this move for me, but I'm not gonna do a wrong move and ruin the fun for everyone else. Okay, rook takes f5 is the move that I said I would go for.
Let's have a look. Qx f5, ne4, qx d7, kx d7, bx c5, nx d2, rx d2, rook 3 maybe.
I tried to follow along by listening to that. Rook takes f5, queen takes f5, knight to e4, queen takes d7, check, king takes d7, bishop to c5. Okay. Knight takes d2, rook takes d2. And then finish with a maybe at the end of it. We are going to go with rook takes f5. Boo. So, partial credit for me. I got half a move. I think this would have taken me a while to find. But yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. And then what do we have next? Knight e4. And then h5. Queen h5. Everyone saw Queen h5, right? Everyone got that move? Knight e4. So this is very strong. Stuff is going on here. Knight takes d2. That's a disgusting puzzle. Chess.com, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oops. There we go. And we're back. White to move. Dare I say, queen takes rook. Oh. Queen takes rook, queen takes queen, king takes rook a8, queen, king goes back, that's fine. The next one is queen takes queen here, king here, queen here, here, and then I go here. Watch out. Yeah, where's the tournament at? Is it one that's gonna have DGTs at it? Can we follow along? You're in the Philippines, aren't? Wait, no, that's yeah, no, that is you. You're in the Philippines. Good luck. Do they have many DGT boards over there at the tournaments? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I did look at king b1. So take, check, king b1, queen here, and then king here, and then queen takes, and then knight here is what I looked at. Feels kind of equal. So, not king takes, queen takes, here, here, here. Here. Oh, we can block. We can block. Look at that. Thank you for the follow. Tucker McGee. Alright, the next one's going to be white to move as well. Okay, the very first move that comes to mind, simply bishop here. Problem is, they get to go queen here check, and then we have to trade, and we're losing. So, got to reevaluate to queen here. And now, if they go check, we can take with the bishop for check, mate. Okay, so queen here. I don't see any way out of this one. Queen here, they move the rook, the bishop goes to h6. Didn't see that move. That's alright, it's still forced mate. It's just a bit of a longer trip. So it's funny because chess.com will allow you to play out this puzzle but they didn't allow you to play out that complicated one. So that's a bit it's a bit of a fail. No, bishop h8 never worked because the king could take it. Yeah, that would make sense.
I think they end the puzzle when there are more than one winning moves.
White to move. So the first move I looked at was queen to c8, but it doesn't work because they simply have checkmate. So next I'm looking at rook takes b7, check, king takes b7, queen to d7, or rook to e7. Okay. So one idea I've found so far is here, 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 and if they go back, then you got here, and then they move, and then the queen could come through and take here, and then you're a rook versus a bishop. That seems pretty good. Here, here, and then what did I say? Here. If they go, yeah, here, or wait, if they go here, and if they go up, then we got rook up there. So this is what I've got so far. I'm not sure if this is completely winning or not, but it feels pretty good. Yeah, I think. Yeah, keep us updated, Kidsy. Looking forward to it. There is a queen b8 skewer. There is two. There is two. Or there could be. There is, because up, down, boom. Very nice, very nice. Who said that? Who's the monster that said that?
There is a queen b8 skewer.
It's even better. That's even better. You know what? I'm not even sure if I'm comfortable winning this game here. This seems very difficult to win. I wouldn't want to be in this position. Against a strong player. Take here. Why is that losing? Why is that a bad move? Oh, it wasn't a bad move, it just updated bad. I don't know, I feel like I would definitely lose this position. Maybe I'll play it out later on the board. I'm not playing it out later on the board. Alright, white to move. So I think this doesn't work. Here, 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 here. I don't think that works. Next I had a look at here. This is a tough one. I'm gonna have a look at queen takes.
Kitsia Sterno, wow, you probably don't play much up then, right? In 2145 RM and 2500 to 2600 online.
That's huge. Can you please add me? Chess.com Wiggy WHIGGI. Add me, please. Please.
So much high-rated players in here. Makes me feel out of my league here a bit, lol.
You and me both, Benny. You and me both.
ODW Benny, everyone's accepted. He'll be off,
True.
by the way.
Everyone is. I don't think it's ever fair to judge anyone on their rating. You know, everyone's got their own journey in the game, their own goals, their own available time to commit to the game. GMs didn't become GMs just because they were talented. They still had to put in a lot of time and effort to invest to get up there. And same with everyone. Everyone learns at a different level, different speed, start at a different age, have access to different tools.
Anything above 1000 is already so much better than average.
100%. When you have a look at the curve on chess.com, I think the average is only about 600 or 700, maybe less. I don't like rook takes f7. But then you do have rook back. So I was looking at here, and then if they go across, you got something cool going on. But it doesn't quite work. They can go back here, discovered check, windmill sort of thing going on.
I think RX F7 as Kitsy said is right. Also he'll go to sleep now. It's 3 AM here in Germany.
Have a good night, and if you're still here, we'll quickly play it. Oi! Let's have a quick look. That one was too difficult for me. I will admit that straight away. I was struggling there. So I did eventually go for this move here, and it just seemed logical, trying to get rid of this this whole attack that's going on here. Obviously the queen was under attack too, so just had to go. Next I was looking at this one, didn't work. We looked at this one, didn't work, and I'm fresh out of ideas. I am all out of ideas. Picho, welcome. Pichu, welcome. Good to see you again. Bishop takes g6. I did have a look at that and then I forgot about it. Check. How'd we miss that? Let's do that again. Take. Yep. No. It's not going to let me play out other moves. Okay. It's alright. End games. End games are my favorite. Rook G7, and then Rook G8. So check, he moves, and then go here. And if he goes here, then obviously go up. I don't know. I hate endgames. Let's have a look. I don't want to hit play again. I want to see what went wrong there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm so bad at endgames. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. He's actually forced onto this file. Yeah. It's a weird one. Benny, thank you for the likes. Good luck in your tournament. Let us know how it goes. We are all cheering you on. No, they're not going to resign. Yeah, it was done on purpose. always a tough one to do against a lower rated. Always. Much easier the higher their rating. Because the lower rated make a more logical moves. So always good to practice that fun little one. Alright, let's have a look. That's so hard to see. Have a look at the opening. Yeah, the problem, I always get really far ahead and then just sort of lose my advantage. Look at that, 4.4. I got a lot to work on. And then did I do this correctly? Blunder. Yeah, I missed a couple of maiden twos back there. Maiden 3, maiden 2, maiden 2. Check across and then up here. Yeah. Okay. How did I make the name? The name was given to me. It was a combination of my first and last name, assigned to me through a work email policy. So they took my initial of my first name and part of my last name and put it together, and that was my automatic username for my first job. And quite funny, so I decided to go with it. And yeah, ever since then I've just used it for everything. So I am Wiggy. But yeah, funny little way to get assigned a name, but it just sort of stuck. Yeah, it was just a fun name to have. Yeah, really, I don't know. really good name. So I decided to keep it. Look, anyway, I think it is time for me to go. Good luck in your tournament today. Please let us all know. Because what is it? It's only it's 9 a.m. there, isn't it? What time is it? Let's have a look. 9:16. So I'm guessing your tournament starts at 10 o'clock. So good luck in your tournament. And I may not be online. Oh, maybe your tournament starts tonight. Anyway, I won't be on. Oh, I might stream tomorrow, but I don't think so. I think I might take the weekend off. I think I've earned it after doing 5 days of streaming. I will be back on Monday, so please let me know how you went. And other than that, I will see you all next time.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the
board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactics, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe chest, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move had the wind back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking at the board like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that bruise.